Hello, I'm Bernard Hickey from mths.co.nz and welcome to a special housing report from mths.co.nz. Firstly, let's look at figures from Barfoot and Thompson. They're the biggest real estate agency chain in Auckland, and of course Auckland is the biggest market in the country. This is also the first report we see of actual sales figures and prices in the month of May. And it's a cracker. May sales were 1,165 for Barfoot and Thompson. That's up 55% from April, which was admittedly a bit quiet because of some school holidays and Easter. However, it was also up 31% from May a year ago, so some real strength developing there. When you look at the figures when they're seasonally adjusted in the 3 months to May, they're up 4% from the previous 3 months, so something's going on there. It's also the highest May that Barfoot and Thompson has seen in 9 years. Back in May 2003 was the previous high. Now that was just before the boom in house prices in New Zealand between 2002, say, and 2007 when prices doubled. Let's go to the charts now and have a look at what we see here. Remember, this is at the bottom of the article you've got, and it's an interactive chart. You can see it. This is the number of properties sold, and you can see through much of that period. The little spikes, of course, are the March months where there's a lot of houses sold. And you can see during the recession 2008-2009 a real drop down, and we've seen a bounce back in the last 18 months or so. And here we go, May 1165, and that's the highest May since way back to 2003 or so. So a real bounce back in volumes. What's actually happening here with prices? And you can see here when you look at the prices tab that we've hit a record high in May. The previous record was in March of 581. The average price in Auckland with Barfoot and Thompson, 582,000. Now you can look at the detail within Auckland in the link in the article, which goes to which parts of Auckland are seeing the strongest volumes and sales prices. The strongest area is central suburbs. Now that is the ring of suburbs around the central CBD. So that includes Mount Eden, Epsom, Remuera, Parnell, Ponsonby, Grey Lynn, and even Herne Bay, where we're here at interest.co.nz. For those central suburbs, average house prices are up 9% in the last year from a year ago. Now that's the strongest in Auckland and frankly the strongest in the country. The Nth Shore prices are up only 4%. And when you look at prices and volumes, they're pretty much flat everywhere else in Auckland. So, central Auckland, Rodney and Franklin, all those lifestyle blocks, they're all flat. In fact, in some areas they're down slightly. South Auckland and West Auckland, where the cheaper houses are, again, no real increase in prices. Barfoot says that the issue in Auckland is a lack of supply coming onto the market. Obviously, there hasn't been nearly enough new homes built in Auckland, and there's been the leaky buildings problem, which has taken out a generation of housing in Auckland. And although the Barfoots figures don't look at Christchurch, we're seeing a similar issue with Christchurch and, of course, the earthquake damage there. So the question is, will this heating up of the market in central Auckland spread to the rest of the country? It's an important question because the Reserve Bank is watching it. So far, the Reserve Bank says that it's not too worried, that they think it's mostly a supply issue. However, remember last time we saw this sort of heated activity, it did spread through the rest of the country, and we're looking at interest rates hitting record lows. Again, they may even fall further if the Reserve Bank cuts the official cash rate next week, as some people in the financial markets are expecting. However, there is the argument that this is really just a supply issue in Christchurch and Auckland, and that if the economists are right, rather than the markets, and interest rates increase next year, you won't see this spread to the rest of the country. Certainly one to watch. I'm Bernard Hickey. That was a special housing report brought to you from interest.co.nz.